today we would play with taupe colors again. I pulled out another old favorite palette that I think creates a really pretty taupe look. I'm going to begin with some skincare to prepare my skin before I put on the foundation. And I'm going to use the Uplift Firming Serum from City Beauty. I'm finding that the City Beauty products pair well with my makeup. It comes in a dropper, and I use about half a dropper to cover my face and bring it down my neck. Then I'm going to take the Skin Perfecting Daily Veil, also from City Beauty. It has an SPF of 39, and it has a really silky finish, and your makeup, your foundation will lay perfectly over it. There we go. And then the Under Eye Recovery. And I like this on the bottom and the top of my eye. It does not, in a previous video, I was having problems smoothing out my eye makeup, and I don't think it was this product that was causing the problem. I think it was the Urban Decay Primer Potion, because that was the different variable, because I've been doing this, and that was the first time I had used that eyeshadow primer in weeks. Alright, all that's tapped in. Now I'm going to use something that was used to be a favorite. This is a very dependable eyeshadow used as an eyeshadow primer. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away concealer. I used to use this all the time and liked it so well that I moved it to my kit for doing brides. I'm glad I thought of it this morning. So I'm going to use my Sephora concealer brush to buff that in. We'll put a little bit in the front to make sure that my brow powder that I add there adheres. I'm bringing this up under my brow to make just to give me a start on perfecting that line, that brow. I have some tattoo brow microblading that I'm not quite pleased with. It's been over two years since I had it done, but the part that I wasn't pleased with has stayed. It still feels a little bit tacky, and to prevent yesterday's difficulty, I'm going to mat that down with some Laura Mercier translucent powder. The palette I pulled out today is a Dior Quint. It's the Design 5 in taupe. And I will see if I can find a site that carries discontinued stuff, and or I will find a dupe palette. I'm going to take this one out here, and start sketching out the shape I want. Yesterday, after I did that taupe look with the Scott Barnes Temptation, during the day as I looked at my makeup, I noticed that the cooler colors made the blue, my blue eyes, look like a cooler blue instead of such a warm blue. So that's what we have so far. I have to bring the crease color up a little higher because my crease is so deep and that sometimes like you can't see the whole picture, and I want all the shadows that I applied to show. The inspiration for the purchase of this eyeshadow palette was a TV series called The Fall, and the detective on that show was wearing this palette, and she had icy blue eyes. I was very inspired by her look. Then I'm going to take this creamy one and I'm going to put that one on my lid. No surprise there, right? I want to make sure I have a nice clean brush so I don't mess up this color. So that's kind of a sheer shadow color with some sparkle in it. This, they include a liner. It's kind of a waxy formula, and I'm going to use it for just that, as a liner. And I have a really nice Jeffree Star brush. It was a collab with the Morphe, and I'm going to use that to line my eyes. I'm going to look straight into the mirror. So I can it looks like it needs some. This is a pretty old palette. I've had this at least 2 years. It looks like it needs some reconstituting. I'm trying some Fix Plus from MAC. I'm hoping that'll help. That does not look like it's going to help. It looks like it did just the opposite. Well, darn, I was hoping for a bit. Okay, so it doesn't like a wet brush. Let's see if a sponge works better. It appears that the sponge works better. So I'm putting it in the outside corner and dragging it in. And I'm rubbing it into my eyelashes. That's what we have so far. So the sponge applicator is working best with this formula. That it could be just that the palette's old and the eyeliner portion of this palette is dried out. Alright, so I kind of changed directions because the liner portion in this palette is old. And I went with an old Makeup Geek pencil in the color Royal. And it's a real gray muted purple. And I'm going to put that on my tight line too. I think Perma Plum from MAC may be similar. Back to this taupe on the brow bone. You know what? My Charlotte Tilbury concealer might have been too yellow because it's making my taupe go a little green. I should have gone with a pinker eyeshadow base. There's a matte white in this palette. I'm going to put it in the very front like that. We could go in a different direction at any moment. I'm going to put it underneath the brow. Alright, I'm going to do the brows. Let's see what color brow pencils I have. I don't want to mess up the cool look we're going with, so I'm not going to use the chocolate pencil for sure. Wow, it's not even writing. It's going to be a day of difficult products, I see. This is a medium brown brow pencil. It's very neutral, so I feel safe using this. Yeah, everything's kind of going green because my eyeshadow primer had so much yellow in it. I'm gonna have to help that along a little bit. I'm gonna have to find a pink to help that. There, that's correcting that green. I am using the outside ring of Love is the Drug, Charlotte Tilbury's Cheek to Sheet Swish Pop blush to try to fix where that's going green. Alright, back to the shadows again. There is a taupe in the center too. It is actually cooler than the one that I used first. So I'm going to put that one. I'm not real sure what the purpose was, but I'm going to put that one here. I'm thinking if I had just gone with a MAC, some MAC shadows like Scene, I would have had better luck. But we're going to forge ahead and see if we can save this look. This is the Royal Pencil from Makeup Geek. I'll link a similar one. I think Perma Plum by MAC is similar. Of course, it's probably discontinued too. So I'll keep searching until I find something that is current. See if we can. I'm going to take that sponge applicator from the Dior palette and spread that. Or diffuse it. In this case, it's probably spreading. I'm going to use my City Lips Plumping Gloss. to condition my lips while I finish the eye look. I'm going to use the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter to hold that brow product in place. I'm going to get a bunch in there. And then I'm going to brush those brows up. There. I have the longer side of the comb now. That makes it easier. And it uncovers holes, so I have to go back and fix those. Sigma has a good medium brown pencil. I think this one that I'm using is hard to get. Alright, let's work on eyelashes. I've been using the Huda Legit Lashes over and over. So I'm going to use a different one today, so we have some variety. First I'm going to get these lashes curled good. While the camera was cooling off, I doctored up this look a little bit. I pulled out my MAC palette and I put Scene on the brow bone where it just wasn't going to the place I wanted it to. I think the Dior shadows are just very tame. Then I took the color Vapor. No, this is Phloof. I took Phloof underneath the brow. And I took Shadow Lady underneath the eyes. And now I'm buffing, diffusing it with the pencil brush that I used to put the Scene on. I think that, let's get the rest of the face on and see if that helps the situation. Oh, and the mascara I used while the camera was cooling off is the push-up lashes, I believe, from Pillow Top Push-Up Lashes from Charlotte Tilbury. It's a nice dry formula if you like dry formula. I think I do. I think I prefer it over wet. Because I like volume and length. And I feel like the wet ones just, I don't know what it does. Just colors your eyelashes black. And then dots your lids. Alright, let's do foundation. I think I want to change foundations today. I'm going to use the Born This Way in the color Seashell. Just 'cause. And I'm using my Morphe brush that I've used the past few videos. It's a little light, but we'll warm that up with some bronzer. I really should have pulled out my Sigma 3D HD brush to get around those brows so I didn't remove those. But I have some more brow pencil. We can fix it. I'm just going to drag the excess down my neck. Alright, that's a good color too. I'm going to, I guess I won't use any more products today that are unavailable. I'm going to pull out the Bare Minerals blush in the color but First Coffee. You have to open it from the front. That's pretty warm, isn't it? I'm not going to use it. It's too warm. I'm going to use this color in the NYX palette. I'm trying to do some cool looks. And Seashell is a cool foundation. I think it's a neutral or a pink. It doesn't say. One would have to look it up on the website. So I'm taking that cooler bronzer from the NYX palette and I'm using there's that. And I'm going to use the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. Oh, it's hydrating. Oh well, we're going to use it anyway. Let's make sure it sprays. I put the all-nighter spray in my kit. I always like a highlight on my Cupid's bow, so let's do that. I'm going to go back into this Kat Von D Fetish palette and go with that bright pink again. Thank you so much for joining me today. I had fun experimenting with taupe colors again. Sometimes it takes several tries to achieve the exact look you're going for. I'm going to list all the different shadows that I tried and what ended up working in order to get this look in the description box. Please let me know in the comments what pencils you use on your eyes when you wear a taupe shadow. Y'all have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Ta-ta!